So now in this video, we're going to make a comparator circuit. We're going to use the LM358, which is an op amp right there. We're going to use one out of two of them, the one on the left there. And we will be able to set a voltage at the inverting input minus. But the main thing is, wherever we set it, that will determine how much light we need in order to set the output high or low. That's the main thing. So it's adjustable. We can adjust how you do it. And the way that I do that is just to get the light where I want it to change, and then I turn the trim pot until right when it changes at that point. Pretty straightforward. We'll look at that coming up. But in any case, let's get to it. We're going to do a step-by-step build, and should cut power. The power supply is off though, so that's okay as well. Although this power supply does give a slight negative voltage, but in case, it'll get the alligator clips out of the way, make things easier to do. So we have the trim pot right there. So this is a potentiometer symbol, a resistor with a arrow coming to it, and that lets us adjust the resistance between that terminal and that terminal. We got a wiper along the end. So one end to the other, it slides across. And when you split up, have resistance towards the negative supply, resistance towards the positive supply, that makes a voltage divider. So it's an adjustable voltage divider. Set it to whatever. We're going to use 5 volts, up to 5 volts or down to 0 volts within the range there. It's just a signal though. It's coming to the inverting input right there. That just looks at the voltage. That does not let current in or out. If you did let current in or out, then that would change the voltage. So that's a thing you want to avoid. So let's do the blue LED right there, because that's going to be an uppermost spot. Now, the short lead, the cathode, has to head towards the output. Long lead, the anode, towards the positive supply. So I have that like that. Usually I like to work positive, top, down towards negative, but that goes to an output of the other op amp. And this breadboard does not want to take the pin, so just keep kind of wiggling it until you find that spot where it slides in, and we got that there. Now we need a 1000 ohm resistor. I see red on that one and red on that one, so this is the only one 1000 without any red. Pretty easy right there. Hopefully you can see those colors, and looking through the preview window it looks pretty good, but a lot of times it doesn't look so good on camera. And then might as well do the red LED. So that's going to light up when the output's high, as positive as it can go. This is a single supply op amp. That means that it connects to ground pretty well if there's no load, and not as well even if there is no load. So in case, we got the red LED, and again, short lead the cathode towards the negative supply, long lead the anode towards the output. And it doesn't matter whether the LED or the resistor comes first. But yeah, we're going to put the short lead, the cathode, to ground there. And if you ever have an LED that's not lighting up, good chance you inserted it backwards. So another thing to remember, I forgot to mention this. So we went to the inverting input. You can see that's lower on the schematic there, but it's actually the higher up pin on the LM358. So make sure you look at the pin layout for the physical component and wire it accordingly. Schematics don't always show the proper positioning. So yeah, we got that red LED. And long lead the anode down a spot. 220 ohm resistor, I can see red through the camera, although that's backwards for the color code. Red for 2-2. And we will, I think I kind of bent those out of place. Again, put that up to, I'm going to slide this over one spot. Hopefully these slide in. There we go. And this cheap boards, they don't make as good connections as the more expensive boards, and also you can kind of misplace them and then bend the metal so that nothing really fits in there anymore if you're not careful. So just put pressure, but don't force that in. If it's not sliding in, it's not going to. Now we have our voltage divider to the non-inverting input, which is the lower input right there. Light dependent resistor is going to be on the higher side. So more light on here, the higher the voltage will be. And so that's how it's going to move up and down. But the range that it moves within is set by the 10K resistor. But we got this one that we can adjust, so we don't really have to worry about that. we just know this has a range of voltage, and so this will change where the range falls when it comes to the comparison. So we'll look at that coming up. That is it for wiring up our circuit right there. And before we apply power, I got a 1000 ohm resistor for the blue LED. It does connect to ground better, but also blue LEDs are brighter. So there's about 4 times the resistance, 1000 ohms versus 220 for the red LED. That'll get them, semi close to the same brightness. Thought I would mention it. And I'm going to start off by setting the trim pot to the negative supply right there. So that's one of our inputs. This is going to compare the two of them. And we could give this positive feedback to help make it so that once the output changes, you kind of have to go a little bit more in the other direction to change the output again. But that's a little more complex. We're going to keep this video simple. And I think I'm going to start with the lamp at the dimmest setting. Hopefully you could tell that. It doesn't show up as much on camera because it kind of adjusts the brightness. So we got the red LED, and so that makes sense. Our trim pot right here is to the negative supply. That's as low as it can go, but it's going to the inverting input, so we'll get a high output. What we want to do is turn the trim pot until the blue LED lights up. There we go. And it'd be a little harder to get there if we had some positive feedback, but then again we'd have to go in the other direction a bit extra before it would change again. So let's turn the lamp up. There we go. It got brighter. I just had to turn it up one setting, and then it got bright enough right there to set the output high. So that's one setting, and I'd probably be better, just in case we're kind of like borderline, to set this at this point now to get the blue LED. And then now I can go to the darkest setting, and it won't kind of drift down to here. I'll go up one more, stay blue, and then another one. We got a little buffer right there. But the main thing is, very easy to adjust this. Just doing what I did right there. You set the light level where you want it to change, and you just turn it, Not perfectly precise, and again, you can make it better with positive feedback. There may come a point where it kind of gets iffy about which one is, there we go, I had to get the lamp higher. About which one might get a little iffy about which one's on, but yeah, looks like it's fairly solid right there. But a little positive feedback would help. So, any case, that's it. Thanks for watching. Make sure you check out one of the other videos I'm posting on the screen, and check out links down below. They all help out a lot. I'll see you in the next video.